What's up, aliens? It's Big Al. Welcome to another Dumb Sports Show. Um, Thanks to a couple of buddies for tuning into my mock draft. If you love mock drafts like I do, I wrote my own first round mock draft. It's on my blog, anotherdumbsports.wordpress.com. You can see the link at the end of this after the end credits. Thanks for supporting my mock draft. Check it out, comment on it, let me know what you think about it. Let's talk something other than football for a few minutes. March Madness is back, baby. It is March 3rd today, and I am all in. I'm like the freaking typical American soccer fan that only gives a shit about the World Cup once every 4 years. I only care about college basketball during March, and then the little bit that squeaks into April. I am all in. I watched my first two college basketball games yesterday of the season. I guess I just watched the overtime part of Baylor and West Virginia. That was actually a good game. Overtime was kind of boring, but Baylor wins its first Big Ten championship in like 100 years. So congrats to them. They're looking good for a 1 seed. Illinois. Brian. Illinois is insane. My boss is a huge Illinois basketball fan, and for some reason he listens to my show too. So Illinois, man, they were my preseason favorites to win the national championship just because of how big of a fan my boss is. He's from Illinois. He loves Illinois basketball like I love Steelers football. That's just his number one. They were my number one national champion when the season started. It was a blog way back when. I think it was like October, or maybe before. Before the season started, my preview was Illinois winning the national championship. They kicked the shit out of Michigan yesterday. It was a 35-point game at one point. Beat the living shit out of them. Played amazing defense. Illinois is looking strong for number 1 seed. They got to wrap up the they're the Big 10. Baylor's the Big 12. Fuck these college basketball conferences. Confusing the shit out of me. March Madness is among us. It's almost bracket time. The conference championships are starting. For some reason, the Horizon League had 4 incredible games yesterday in their tournament. USC is actually playing good college basketball, which is insane. Alabama has a good college basketball team. What the fuck, man? You get one. You get a dominant football team or a dominant basketball team or a dominant baseball team or swimming or track and field. Pick something and be good at it. Alabama was always the team that was like in the NIT tournament every single year. They were in the NIT tournament and they were always like going to the championship for that, which is the most pointless tournament of all time, like the losers bracket. But Alabama has a good basketball team. Gonzaga hasn't played anyone. They're still number 1. They're still undefeated. Bracket time is almost here. I'll probably fill out a couple of brackets. I'll post them on my blog for you guys. But happy March Madness. The one time of the year I give a shit about college basketball. I haven't even started caring about the NBA yet. Football season's too fresh off of ending, I guess. March Madness is here. That'll carry me into basketball playoffs. First couple weeks of baseball are always exciting. Baseball is among us. Spring training games have started. Shohei Ohtani's yanking freaking 450 bombs to dead center. Hopefully the Angels don't choke shit the bed this year. The Indians are falling apart. The Pirates' total payroll is like $30 million. So there's literally single players that make more than the Pirates' payroll. Mike Trout included, Fernando Tatis, Clayton Kershaw, Trevor Bauer. All these guys are making more in 1 year than the Pirates are paying their whole roster. That's insane. Moneyball does not work anymore. I mean, they didn't win the championship in that fucking movie. So move this shit over, start spending some money, get some stars, pay Tatis, do something like that. The Pirates got to do something. I'm a Pittsburgh guy, so like seeing the Pirates do this is just infuriating. But I'm an Angels fan, so I could give 2 shits about the Pirates. All right. You know I was going to do it. Here we go. We're talking football, man. The offseason for football, to me, is like bigger than the NBA Finals. Like, I'd rather watch the draft than the NBA Finals. It's crazy how much more I love football than basketball or baseball, my second favorite sports. But here we go. The freaking onslaught of, what's it called? Players getting cut. The onslaught of players getting cut is going to be immense next week. We're already seeing it. Yesterday was Kill Kyle Day. We had Kyle Van Noy get cut from the Dolphins, and we had Kyle Rudolph get cut from the Vikings. Golden Tate gets cut today. The salary cap is down this year. Well, it plateaued. It didn't go up. Every year it's supposed to go up, and a positive trend line based on how much money the league makes. That's the agreement with the union. But This year, because no fans, no nacho sales, no jersey sales, no beers at games that are $12. Um, the salary cap, instead of just going up, it just straight up plateaued and stayed the same. So teams plan on big contracts like Patrick Mahomes getting $40 million in a couple years. They're planning on that salary cap being like way up there. So this is going to be a killer day for players getting cut for salary cap reasons. Now it's happening all over the league. There's big ones. Carlos Dunlap, which went to Seattle. Kyle Van Noy is a big surprise. Now we wonder why players are always like, give me guaranteed money, give me guaranteed money, give me guaranteed money. And we're like, oh, don't be selfish. Players like Kyle Van Noy sign a 4-year or 3-year, $40 million contract, $30 million guaranteed, and they cut this guy 1 year in his contract because of a cap. Save $10 million on a cap. What are they even going to do with $10 million on a cap when you have a stud linebacker who's a great leader in the locker room, who is 6 sacks, who is a Super Bowl champion coming from your big division rival? This guy is a stud for you. He bought into the Brian Flores thing. He has a lot of experience with Brian Flores, the coach. He bought into everything, and he was trying to be a stud for you guys. And you cut him after 1 year to save $10 million? Come on, man. That's lame. I would happily take Kyle Van Noy on the Steelers if our cap situation wasn't already a disaster. But feel bad for Kyle Van Noy. When you see a player holding out for money or holding out for something like this, it annoyed me with Le'Veon Bell in Pittsburgh. But, I mean, this is why. You got guys that go on a franchise tag. You got Bud Dupree went on a franchise tag and tore his ACL. Now, instead of a $15 million a year contract, he's looking at signing 1 year for $6 million to prove that he recovered from an injury. Like, really, man? That sucks. Dak Prescott played on a franchise tag and had one of the most gruesome injuries I've ever seen. Tony Romo thought he had a cramp, but this dude broke his freaking ankle in half. His foot's facing the other way. And you wonder why these guys want guaranteed money? Because if you don't have anything guaranteed, like, you're not going to take care of your family in the future. You don't know what's going to happen. Tomorrow's uncertain. And you got Kyle Van Noy, who got that guaranteed money and even still got cut. Now he'll go somewhere. He's a good player. He's got some time left. He'll get something. He wanted to be in Miami. I mean, who doesn't want to play in Miami? If you're not ring chasing, if you came from the Patriots, why not go spend time in Miami? The nice weather, and you don't have to deal with snow. You don't have to deal with cold. You don't have to deal with all this bullshit. But you go play in Miami, who was on the up and up, who almost made the playoffs last year. Cut you for $10 million, man. This is why players want guaranteed money. And I never understood it, but the more and more things like this happen, I'm understanding it more. So feel for Kyle Van Noy. He'll land on his feet. He'll be fine. But, I mean, this is why players want guaranteed money. That's it, man. Bud Dupree tears his ACL. Dak Prescott gets hurt. Kyle Van Noy gets cut to save $10 million on the cap. Man, we got to pay these players. That's the future. The salary cap will recover. It'll keep going up next year. But, I mean, you're going to keep cutting veteran players that are due money just because of stuff like this. I was mad. I was ranting a little bit. My bad, guys. Let's get to some positives. I'm going to do another list, top 5 basketball movies, just because March Madness is among us. I'm going to get excited about March Madness, then the basketball playoffs will start ramping up. I'll get excited about basketball playoffs, so we're feeling basketball-y right now. Let's do top 5 basketball movies. Number 5, this might be a surprise to a lot of people. This is one of my favorite movies growing up, Like Mike. I had the Like Mike soundtrack on a freaking CD player. I would put it in my pocket when I was mowing the lawn. I would put it in freaking everything I did. I listened to this Like Mike soundtrack, and I still know the songs. They're playing basketball. And that's my singing. I'm going to be terrible. But freaking Lil Bow Wow in that movie. That movie was so awesome. I love that kid. Put the shoes on, act like Jordan. Man, that was one of the best movies, best basketball movies. I put it at 5 because it's a kiddie movie. I don't want to say it's the best, but number 4, the funniest, Semi-Pro. Will Ferrell, man, he delivers in everything. But this one was funny. My favorite part is when Father Pat, the ref, ejects Jackie, and Jackie's like, "Suck my cock, I'll murder your family." He's like, "I should tell your mother." And then Will Ferrell's like, "You need to phone to heaven." And then the Father Pat referee was like, "Maybe your mom didn't go to heaven, Jackie." And then everyone just storms off the court. Number 3, more serious, Hoosiers. This is an all-time movie. The Hoosiers is just basketball. Everyone thinks Hoosiers is the best movie. I got it at number 3. It might be kind of high for some of you guys, but great movie. Not taking any credit from it. I just like these other 2 movies more. Number 2, Coach Carter. I love this movie growing up also. Coach Carter was a freaking just a great movie about a bunch of street kids that came out and bought in and organized and played for Coach Carter, and they ended up playing really well. He gets a son on the team, some preppy kid. I mean, it's a really good movie. I like that. That's probably my number one serious basketball movie. Number one, what else would it be? Space Jam. Space Jam is the best basketball movie. I can still watch it as an adult. It ages well. I mean, it's just a good movie, and they're gonna completely ruin it with Space Jam 2. LeBron James coming out, I don't know, this year or next year, whatever it is. They should leave it alone, but they're not going to because it's Hollywood. So they're gonna milk the money out of it until the cow dies. All right, thanks for listening, guys. Appreciate you tuning into my bullshit rants about players needing money. Um, thanks for watching. Love always. Do we want? No, we don't want Iowa to win. I just thought about how stacked the Big Ten was, and I was like, Iowa's in the Big Ten. Iowa's good this year. Fuck Iowa. All right, go look at my blog. First round, mock draft. Go check it out. Love always, and remember, Iowa sucks.